Hello my friends, in today's video I'm going to show you 5 ways that you can improve in FUT Champions, the physical side of things of ways to improve, and that's coming up right now in the FUT School. Hello my friends and welcome back to another video on 5 ways you can improve in FUT Champions, more specifically the physical side of things. And this video is based on the 4-corner model in regards to player development, or young players development as the England FA have put it. So these 4 corners is based on the physical side, the social side, psychological and tactical side of things in football, and it's something that I personally use when I'm developing young players. And just to give you a bit of an insight, what I do is when I'm putting on a practice, I have to implement these 4 models. I have to put it into every single practice I set up when I'm coaching a player. If it is the first time you're watching this video, I've actually done a video on the psychological side of things on how to improve in FUT Champions. So if you want to watch that before you watch this video, then go check that out right now. Come back and I'll still be here. Don't worry about that. I'm not going anywhere. As well, make sure you watch this video right to the very end, because I'm going to give you a bonus tips as well. All right, so make sure you watch this video through its whole entirety, because at the end of the video, I'm going to give you 2 bonus tips on top of the 5 ones I'm going to give you. If you do enjoy this content, don't forget to drop a like on this video, so let me know that you like this type of content. And as well, if you want to keep up to date with all of the content that we drop on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and put the bell on so you are one of the first to know when this video does go live. And as well, if you are watching this video on the weekend in the evenings, I'm actually live streaming on Twitch right now. The link to my Twitch is down below in the description. Come and check me out. I'd love to see you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so tip number 1 in regards to the physical side of how to improve in FIFA. How can we improve in FIFA physically? I'm going to show you. The tip number 1 is sit comfortably. All right, I have a chair where it allows me to lean all the way back, and I'm going to show you. I've never done this on camera before, but and when I'm live streaming and when I'm recording, I always sit upright, or I kind of lean forward a little bit as well. But one thing I don't do is I sit forward because it's comfortable. All right. Plus, as well, is the fact that I'm short-sighted, so I need to see. I can't see from long distances. I have to sit closely to see the screen. Make sure that you are sitting comfortably. All right. If you have a seat that allows you to sit forwards and it gives you that back support. Unfortunately, mine doesn't. But if you do have a seat that allows you to give you some back support, lift the seat up and sit upright, or maybe sit a little bit forward. I don't promote slouching. From an occupational therapist point of view, I don't think slouching forwards is very good posture and has very bad long-term effect. But try and sit comfortably when you are playing FUT Champions. But also as well, if there is a break in the game, or for example after the game, for example, or take a pause, then obviously try and shake your hands out, or for example, or stand up, just to allow the blood flow to go in, so you're not sitting uncomfortable. Because if you're uncomfortable, you're not going to play well. You're going to rush your games, and it's going to affect you in the long run. Tip number 2. Have you had something to eat? I know with me, I'm someone who loves food very much, okay? But when I'm hungry, trust me when I tell you, when I'm playing FIFA, all I'm going to be doing is thinking about what I want to eat. You're not going to be thinking about how I can win this game, what skill move I need to do, how to break that person down, or how to defend, or looking at the clock. If you are hungry, trust me when I tell you, hunger will strike, okay? So make sure you've had something to eat. Make sure you've eaten something to make sure that you are well fed, and it allows you to think a little bit quicker as well. Also as well, when you have eaten, if you're about to play a FUT Champs game, don't eat too much prior to that. For me, just before I go in, I live stream my FUT Champs games over on Twitch. Link to my Twitch again is down below in the description. Before I go into a live stream, when I'm live streaming my games, I don't have a huge lunch. When I've just finished coaching in the mornings and I come home, I make sure I have a relatively small meal. If I have something huge, right, which is a mistake I've made, if I have like a huge lunch, I am going to be tired, because my body is going to want to sleep, because your body starts breaking down the food and you suddenly feel really tired after you eat, because your body's working so hard to break down the food. You become very tired and lethargic. Do not have a big meal before you eat, but make sure that you have eaten before you start playing a FUT Champs game, because if you are going to play 10 games, try your best to make sure you're well fueled up, and maybe have a snack as well. I've seen some streamers eat grapes, or they have a banana or some fruit or nuts or sweets or whatever it is, just to keep them going through the game. Which brings me on to part 3. Have a drink next to you. Someone gave me a bit of advice, and I saw it on the pro scene. When a pro was either scored a goal or conceded a goal, they took a sip of a drink every single time. Sip. When the ball went out of play, take a sip. Every time they concede a goal, take a big sip. Make sure you stay hydrated. Keep yourself hydrated when you are playing your FUT Champs games. All right, because obviously, again, you don't just as I said in point number 2, you don't want to think about, oh, I need a drink, I'm thirsty, and things like that. You just want to think about the game. All right, you want to think about how you want to break down the game, how you want to win this game. All right, you need to make sure that you are well hydrated. Point number 4, again, with the physical side of things, don't try your best. This is a mistake that I made recently, is don't play your games when you are tired. Make sure that you have had a good sleep. Again, I'm going to use myself as an example, as I have in my previous video. Is I have a habit of staying up late during the night, and then when I wake up early in the mornings to go to work, I still have to work. Other than when I am creating content, I still have to work, and I'm very, very tired from the previous night. I've got to work, and that makes me tired, and then I've got to play my FUT Champs games. Don't play your games when you're tired, okay? Because when your brain is tired, your brain will not want to work out what it needs to do to win the game. Don't play your game when you're tired. If you're not very good in the mornings, in terms of you're too tired in the morning to play your games, then play in the evening. If you're very tired in the evenings, then try and find a way to play your games at another time during the day that suits you. But do not play your games when you are tired. Point number 5, use a controller that's comfortable for you. Now, my wife bought me an Elite controller, okay? I think she did it as a way to encourage me that I can get Elite in FUT Champions. So she bought me an Elite controller. But this Elite controller is for me, I can't use it when I play FUT Champions. It's very big, it's heavy, it's got paddles behind it, which I can take off, but it just doesn't suit my hands, because my hands is molded around the basic Xbox controllers. The Elite controller was a little bit too heavy, and I didn't like it. I tried to play Champs with it, and I didn't like it. I'm now back to using a controller that I find very comfortable. So use a controller that's more comfortable to you to use, and practice with it. Which brings me on to my bonus tip. All right, every videos I always give you guys a bonus. So bonus tip number 1: if you're using a new controller, practice with the controller first. All right, as well. But if you're an average player and you're playing a new controller and using a new controller because the one you've got has broken during the weekend league, then fine, go ahead and use a new pad. But if you've got a new control pad, try and practice with this controller before you go into a FUT Champs game. Bonus tip number 2 is adjust the buttons to meet your needs. All right. So if you're used to play, like for example, for me, I use the PES buttons, okay? Because before I moved over to FIFA, I was playing PES a lot, and I got so familiar with the way the buttons are. When I made the transition over to FIFA, in my old mind, I couldn't transition to the way the buttons were before are now. So, for example, where everybody uses B to shoot, I use B to cross. It's because it's the way it works for me, and I'm quite happy with that. And the muscle memory in my hands is used to my fingers pushing the X button as opposed to the B, and it suits my way of playing, and I enjoy it. A lot of people make fun of me, but it helps me. It's the way I want to play. I've adjusted my buttons to meet my needs. You do the same. I'm not trying to say this is the secret to a higher rank, change your buttons the way mine plays, but it's just the way I've adjusted the buttons to meet my needs. So there you have it, boys and girls. That is my tips on how to improve in FUT Champions, the physical aspect of things. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like on this video, and as well, I've got more advice coming. I've got 2 more videos to drop on the channel, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, put the bell on so you are one of the first to be notified to make sure you see this video. And as well, if you are watching this video whilst I'm live streaming, then don't forget to check me out over on Twitch. The link to my Twitch is down below in the description. It was an absolute pleasure bringing this video to you, and I'll see you at the next upload. Peace.